has earned recognition for its exceptional craftsmanship and innovation. Known as a leader in ethno-contemporary jewelry, Raniwala specializes in high-statement bridal designs, particularly polki jewelry crafted with uncut and unpolished diamonds. So today, before we start the webinar, I'd like to introduce to you the members here at the webinar. Firstly, Mr. Abhishek Raniwala, who is the founder and managing director of Raniwala 1881.
Hello, everybody. Pleasure to be here.
Mr. Arzu, who comes as a business head from the Raniwala.
Hey, hi, hello everyone. Thanks for having me here. Thank you.
From Franchise India team, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Anand, who is the CEO for the East region.
Yeah, hi, hello.
We have with us Mr. Vishal, who's the DGM from our Franchise India team, Faridabad, and Mr. Ashok Kumar, again, who is the consultant from the Francorp team.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
Also,
Yes,
Swati,
I
my
just
brother.
missed Mr. Abhyant. Yes.
Abhyant, yes.
Mr. Abhyant, who's again one of the co-founders and managing directors at the Raniwala. So good afternoon, sir. I just missed on that.
Good afternoon.
Pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure is ours.
Yes. So Ashokji.
Yeah, thank you, Swati. Just setting up the context and basically organizing this webinar for Raniwala 1981. So sorry, 1881. So we got the opportunity to to host Mr. Abhishek and Mr. Avyant on this platform to so it's a privilege having you on this webinar, and plus it's a very good platform for Franchise India, where we are promoting brands and opportunities for the investors, franchisees, opportunity seekers, and this is again is a one of its kind in jewelry industry, and opportunity. Are limited opportunities, so it's not kind of like a huge scale up plan. This is only for the selective people, and they already have the locations and cities already finalized, and so in the finalization state we need basically very efficient operating partners who can partner with Raniwala and operate this business in their territories. So I think before talking about the presentation, I would like to invite first Mr. Abhishek Raniwala, so he can just share his journey, his vision, and also Abhyantji, he can add his remarks. Then we will start the presentation. So Abhishek ji, over to you.
Hi. Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to connect to all of you today on a beautiful winter, North Indian winter morning. To set the tone, thank you for giving this platform to communicate our journey and connect with people at large. I will take just a minute or two, and then we will unfold in few 30 minutes that how are we going to and what are we doing here. So if you see, jewelry industry is it has its own facets, and every geographic region represents a story at large in India. And we come with a category called polki, which is very generic to the Indian tribe. It is a way of expression to being an Indian for a woman, talks about culture, connects with their traditions and the roots. That's why if you see polki jewelry is also a part of all the weddings in India, etc. So we represent that space, which the art and craft originated from Rajasthan, and we can proudly say that we are purveyor of that art and craft, and that's our domain. And we don't want to call us as base jewelers, like any of these fantastic jewelry houses in India. We call ourselves as category creators for a segment called polki. And that is where we represent, and that is the conversation we want to have here with people. And we also, as a company, we are backward, forward integrated. We are in B2B space and backward integrated into manufacturing. And that's why I think the USP of design and sense of experience from coming so many years and representing the art and craft, we feel that there's an opportunity to excel in this space. So these are the few words from my end, and I think so we are happy to connect and converse during the due course of the day or the time. Ashokji.
Yeah, so Abhyantji, Please, if you can throw some light.
Yes, absolutely. So pretty much has been covered what we have been doing. And since many years, we are trying to cater Indian tribe all over the globe and connect them to the roots. And that is what our forte has been. And we definitely want this our art, because diamond jewelry is something which is available globally, but that is not our something we want to really pitch about. We are talking more of Indian craft, Indian tradition, and where we get back to the roots. And that's the reason in past few years you will see more and more brides are accepting and moving and wearing a lot of these kind of polki jewelries, because we have also started doing a lot of transparency in our business, so people have more acceptance, and we're trying to make it how do we take this to global platform as well. And right now we are catering mostly Indian and Indian subcontinents, or where we have more Indian populations. But slowly and eventually, since we have backward integrated factory as well and everything we have, so trying to gauge that as well, that if we can get more and more international traction very soon.
Thank you so much, Avyantji. I think it's a wonderful. I think the opportunity that you are bringing and the capability that you have developed over the years, over 1.5 decade. I think that is the huge value that you have created itself, and it will help our investors or franchisee partners to partner with you. So now I will not take much time. Now I will invite Arju, who is the business head at Raniwala. So he will run through the presentation.
Yeah, so hi, thank you so much, Ashokji, to offer me this platform. Just to set the context, so I'm going to share the presentation in which we have put across all the things which talks about us, our journey, what is the differentiator about us, and then followed by what is in for the franchisees. So I'll share the presentation and I'll request Abhishek sir and Abhihan sir that you guys can just walk it through it wherever you feel that you wanted to add some inputs to it. So I'm just sharing the same. Kindly confirm that I hope this presentation is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Okay. So, before I just move forward and scroll it down, I just wanted to take a moment to, talk about this visual which is depicting out here. So as you can see, this visual is talking a lot about, what exactly the significance and the DNA of the brand, from the product to what is the kind of a customer whom we caters to, which is a modern Gen Z brides, to the kind of a backward integration we have and the amount of investment we do to curate every piece as a piece of art. And also, more or less, we also ensure that all pieces should always get originated with the Indian roots, but have a flavor of the modernization. Hence, we call all our designs as an ethno-contemporary designs. So this is what is key differentiator for us. Moving next, I think nobody better can explain this when it's coming from the horse's mouth. So Abhishek sir, if you can just shed us some light about the legacy being so far, that will be great.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll take this quickly about my family heritage. I think design is a DNA. We strongly believe that aristocracy does not come, you have to live with it. And I can proudly say that we represent that family who's got a strong history of where my great grandfather, who was a Rai Bahadur, and the aristocracy was part of his lifestyle. And from that journey till today, we've lived in that aura, or at least somewhere in our subconscious, of doing things in more design way or in style way. And that's where we are connected to our roots, and we have a 100-room haveli in Biawar still, which we are very connected to. My our family history, our stories, which we grew up listening to, the heirloom pieces which we saw and we have with my grandmother, and now which is with my mother. So, and the craft of Rajasthan, and so I think that is one part of the DNA which makes Raniwala as a representation of the art and craft and the design science. So I'm trying to tell that our journey, our endeavor of a brand is that what Arju said is design. So we try and take Indian heritage art and craft motifs, manufacture it with the new technology, and make it more relevant to the Gen Z or the modern brides. If that's the right conversation, if we see A to B, and that is which is our DNA. And why we can do it is because of our legacy and heritage. Back to you, Arzu, and thank you for letting me speak on this.
Yeah. Moving next. So, like it's been explained by Ashokji that we almost touching to a journey of 1.5 decade. So, during the course of the journey, there is a it's important facets. I'll quickly just walk you through it, be it from the establishment of Raniwala 1881. The brand is being becoming a synonymous for the uncut diamonds and bulky based jewelry. And there is a lot of advancement and a technology modifications we have done during the course of a period, which we will walk you through in the coming slides. Like explained by, Abhishek ji himself that, our journey started from Byavar. And, majorly the passion for the jewelry, the kind of a, collector and the conscious for fine jewelry is what makes us distinct. Craftsmanship and legacy, like I was mentioning that we do have a lot of artisanal techniques. We have the collections which depicts the Indian roots. And, there is a lot of investment being done. And one of the biggest differentiator for the brand is the amount of investment being done in the designing part. So we end up getting a lot of acknowledgements, and we keep getting a lot of awards, on a year-on-year basis, from the, reputed independent bodies. The graphical language, what we have, is we are not depicting the graphical language of that tradition. We have the flair of modern. So the Indian new age brides of Gen Z, millennial brides can get attracted to us. And, besides this, moving forward, here, you have got an opportunity, everyone, to, virtually connect with both the individuals who is leading the entire team of Raniwala 1881 from forefront, Mr. Abhishek Raniwala and Abhyant Raniwala. So it's just, about both of them. Having said that, I just wanted a moment here, if Abhishek sir and Abhyant sir, if you can just put an emphasis upon what exactly is the vision we hold for the future for Raniwala 1881. If you can just share 2 cents about it, that will be really helpful.
It's simple. We want to write this category, which was the first choice of jewelry by any of the um, Indian tribe. We have to understand that from 1500s, Indian tribe is believed in buying polki jewelry, and there was no cutting and polishing machines earlier in 1900th century. So polki was the first choice. So if you see all the Marwadis and the large people at this segment, polki's been their first love to express the Indianness or the connected roots of the tribe. We at Raniwala, we want to be the gateway of Indian women to express and connect to their tribe. I'm giving you a context. It'll be very fast. Somebody spending a lot of money on the jewelry, on the marriage for a daughter. And daughter's been studying abroad or been highly educated, but never got a chance to connect to its tribe. But on the day of wedding, she wants to be herself and connect to or express where she belongs. So Raniwala wants to be that gateway that connects her to her tribe and make her express her identity. And that is our vision of the brand, that how many lives we can touch. I can give you an example. In the apparel brand, there's something called Manyavar, which is doing fantastic, which just allows the Indian traditions and tribe to be connect at large on the marriages. I think that's a story which we want to unfold. No major brand across India or ever has done this. This is absolutely representative of craft and art. And I think so. The scope and vision is so large that as many lives, Indian subcontinent, outside Indians, outside living Indians, and this category can be accepted uh, way across apart from traditions, marriages. We can go to red carpet, we can go to daily wear, etc. So we want to be representation of that category at large. I think that summarizes. We can talk about figures and there's the scope, etc. But this is at large um, subjective vision of us as a company.
That sounds promising, sir. I'm moving next. So, like it was mentioned by, Abhishek ji while he was setting up the context that the backward integration is what makes us the biggest differentiator, which allow us the canvas to offer the best value proposition to the end customer and even to the partners in the prospect. So, keeping that rationale in the mind, we just wanted to highlight that not only just making the jewelry, but innovation is at the heart of Raniwala 1881, be it starting from the journey of Jadao, which is being considered always as a Indian roots and inspiration coming from Rajasthan, transforming it into more options like transforming it to the CAD technology or moving to the open settings. So this is the kind of a journey which has been unfold in the innovation space. Having said that, Raniwala 1881 is on the journey of creating the category and disrupting the category. So there is a lot of urbanization in the Polki jewelry we are doing. The idea is that we wanted to touch the doorstep of all the HNIs and they should have a one piece of Polki for sure. Not only one piece, in fact, a multiple pieces range from not only the bridal jewelry, but something which is more workwear, everyday wear, and a small sort of a pieces as well. So that's kind of manufacturing capabilities we hope. This is something which we have already talked about, so I won't spend much time on it. Like the journey from Bangalore to Jaipur and the artificial excellence. Yes, we hold close to 400 to 500 artisans who is working with us, and with a lot of labor of love, they curate the designs. And only not only artisans, in order to support it, the team of the designers, the team of the right merchandisers to identify the right product assortment across the categories. It's something which is a very extensive, working which is done at the Raniwala 1881's end. Talking about the design aesthetics and the brand philosophy level, this is something which talks about what exactly we as a brand being consumed by the users. So every year there is something which we do, and I think Abhishek ji also plays a very important role in the organization, that he's also creative director. So, he's the person who has built the persona that how the brand needs to be get consumed out there in the market by the right set of a user. So, sir, if you can just spread some, knowledge and some thoughts around it, that'd be great.
Perfect, Arzu. What we can do is, Arzu, to have an interest. Me and Abhyant are serial businessmen and entrepreneurs also. With Ashok ji, your permission and everybody
Mhm.
permission on Franchise India, can we get the numbers first and then discuss all this? I think interest बना रहेगा लोगों का सबका.
Sure,
As a partner, ये तो then design
sure,
policy, aesthetics, and Arzu, which we are very strong on. I'm sure we can
sure,
discuss. Abhyant, what do you think?
sure.
We can take it forward.
Yeah,
Yes.
एक बार आर्जू numbers कर लेते हैं. What is it for people? And what are we looking for? And then we can hit this. I'm sure people must have already seen our Instagram and other things. Ashok ji, with your permission.
Sir, I think, sir, let's speed up the presentation. Then we'll talk about the numbers because we don't want to miss out that what we are bringing, who we are. There is the value. Numbers, basically, you will have a lot of players who are basically giving numbers. Okay.
Okay.
So we want to communicate our legacy and who we are and what we are offering.
Wonderful. Then let's just go ahead. Let's go ahead. So, okay, thanks, Arju. I'll just connect here in 1 minute. That what we do at Raniwala is that, as I said, we want to be the gateway of Indian new girl connecting to its tribe and its originality and its roots and its traditions. So we believe in making a right creative which connects her present with her nostalgic past, which she grew up with. Seeing her nani, dadi, grandmother, etc., because that's her identity. So all our creative from last 5 years, we've made fantastic creatives on celebrating our art and craft and this gateway, which is autumn winter collections, which is very much available in our deck, and also spring summer. So like a fashion brand, we've been successfully from last 5 years creating these strong visual and digital content. So visibility of the brand is higher, which can show us in terms of lookbook, the emotions, the usability of jewelry, the connect between the present yuppie Gen Z girl to her wearing her mother's or grandmother's kind of a look. So that's been our endeavor, and we're doing it from 5 years. And I'm happy to share the deck. If you haven't, you can go to see our Instagram page. There's a lot of content has been created, and we also do influencer marketing. We do a lot of celebrity. We've done some tie-ups with ace designers like Manish Malhotra, Sabyasachi. So we've played at that space. So that is there to surprise Arju. Yeah, we can go ahead.
So, thank you so much, sir. Now, just moving quickly on the manufacturing capabilities, it's just giving a one slightly detailed down on the kind of a, when we say backward integration, what all is in. So it's all, considered under one roof, be it from, in-house designers to merchandising team to the artisans, or to talk about the various technicalities of the processes involved in the jewelry process. So that is something which is being completely taken care in-house. Not only that, we also, in always taken sincere efforts to make or, or practices more and more sustainable, be it, using the 100% recycled metals, or, trying to be as much as possible in, giving support to the green environment. Moving forward, this talks about the part where we take an immense amount of a pride. This is something wall of fame for us, that every year on year basis we keep getting a lot of acknowledgement and appreciation from the independent bodies out there in the Indian market, which always acknowledge the kind of a craftsmanship being done by us in the pieces. So here you can see it's talking about us from starting from the recent from 2024 and going backwards year on year basis. We have keep getting a lot of awards and the appreciations from the independent bodies. Moving next, this is something what Abhishek ji was mentioning about, that or tie up or sort of a collaboration being done with the ace designers like Manish Malhotra and Sabyasachi. So this also talks about the kind of confidence and the kind of a pull which brands hold and the positioning which brands has created over the period of years. And yes, celebrity endorsements is something which you'll definitely gonna find a lot of celebrities wearing, Raniwala 1881. This is something which is, I think, no endorsements can be better than it's coming from the, the brides, because this is not something just up talking about, wearing the product. It's about the emotions attached to it. And I'm really pleased to express that we cater to all the facets of the bride. If you look at these visuals, you'll find the brides coming from the sides of Middle East or Dhaka. You'll find the brides coming from the North India. You'll find the brides who is coming from something which wants slightly more, blingy stuffs, or you'll find the brides which is more maximalist and minimalist. So this way we have something or other thing which talks about the kind of a length and width we hold in our product portfolio. So, this is something which is talks about the Raniwala brides. And yes, certainly we get a lot of appreciation and acknowledgement, and time to time, a lot of remembrance from the love of media. So press and media is something which we keep getting. Now, moving next, we are coming to depicting what is the kind of a visual aesthetics we as a brand hold. So this talks about a recent campaign. The name of the campaign is RAS, and this is a few visuals. The rest of the things are available on the Instagram, and even you can tune into the YouTube channel of Raniwala 1881 to see your entire AV. So there is a story which we always try to depict on a year-on-year basis. Be it from RAS, then previously we did the campaign of Sangam. Then in 2023 we did the campaign of Angan. So this is something, the kind of a visual appeal and the central marketing support you can expect from us in order to create the kind of a pull, when which we do it on year basis. Moving next, I wanted to give you the sneak peek of how we offer the user experience the moment they step in. So this is something I think which is certainly going to be the area of interest. This talks about our experience center in the heart of India, in Jaipur, where we are originated from. We have an experience center. This is how by the visual I wanted to show you here, that the entry looks like something like this. then we have a section of a ground floor, then we have a section which is upstairs mezzanine, and this is the entry lounge. So everything which you find here in the experience center somehow, tangibly and intangibly is depicting, the essence of heritage, the essence of legacy, the essence of something which we really wants to put forward to the clients in all sort of our communications. So this is something which is about our experience center, so which we have right now here in the city of the Jaipur. Now, I'm sure that, most of the investors out here must be attending a lot of other jewelry options available out there in the market. I just wanted to summarize that what is the differentiator we bring on the plate as Raniwala 1881. Of course, coming with 1.5 decade of the legacy. Besides this, a product is something which creates the biggest differentiator. Our designs always, or each of our designs from across the range has been inspired into the ethno-contemporary setting. And yes, we are an award-winning high statement jewelry. You'll get it at Raniwala 1881. Like mentioned by Abhishek ji, we are among one of the preferred, partners for more than 300 plus Indian brands. This is ranging from the corporates to the regional jewelers. So we caters to both organized space and the unorganized space. And the idea of doing that is that we want to build a category for the Polki, and that's what we are doing it from so many years. Transformations and the innovations in the technology is something which we are really on it at every time as we speak. Even my team is working on something interesting to come out. Besides this, being there in the business from so many years, it comes with a lot of hold of the community. So there is a community of Raniwala which is already there in the market. There is a lot of loyal and discreet client which we already caters to, and it takes a lot of pleasure to express that, the kind of a referrals we get, the kind of a repeat rates we get from our client is something which really gives us an immense amount of a push that there is an extensive fit of product and market which Raniwala able to offer to the users. Besides this, we also want to mention about it that as an entity, we have an extensive team to support in all the operations, be it from the tech part, from the product part, from the designing part. That is something which we can completely take care of. And now moving to the part which all of us are really interested about, which is the franchisee opportunity. So I think this is the part which is everyone is waiting for. Before moving ahead, I really request Ashokji if you can just shed some light around the demand which this category holds in the market, and then we'll jump to our numbers.
Yeah, thank you, Arju. I think for the whole, like if you look at the jewelry industry as a whole, your 60% market is all about your wedding wear. So even it's a gold jewelry or it's a diamond jewelry, basically 50 to 60% is market is basically captured by the wedding wear market, and wedding wear is expected to grow as compared to the other categories of jewelry. Is even it's a daily wear or fashion wear or traditional wear. So that says basically our big market, our big focus is wedding wears. If you look at the total market size of the jewelry industry, so that's around $62 billion, and it is expected to be grow by 2x in the next 5 years. And there basically almost 60% of this market basically will be dominated by wedding wear. One more interesting fact, if you look at this jewelry industry market, I think again it's a very organized market. So this is whatever is available in the public domain and is published by the various agencies and authorities who conduct basically research. So this data is only about the organized market. There is no agency who captures the data of unorganized sector, because that is the huge market. So as large as your jewelry market, the wedding wear market is basically 2x of the jewelry business. Yeah. And if you look at the basically geographic distribution of this market, demand we have, like if you go any corner of the India, basically we have the demand in every part of the country. So southern or northern or western. Yes, of course, northern region has a more demand towards diamond and polki jewelry. But if you look at southern region also, it is traditionally more focused on the gold jewelry. But now fashion is picking up. Diamond jewelry in southern markets are also taking better market share.
So Polki jewelry market in India. I think if in case it's possible. So what happens? What happens is ki here we have talked about overall market size, and we have talked about how the CAGR has been forecasted in the overall jewelry space. Having said that, all kind of a domain which is a Polki jewelry market. Polki jewelry market in India itself is being considered as a huge market, and this is market which is growing rapidly, and there are multiple internal and external factors which is affecting out there. Of course, a lot of HNIs and the ultra HNI customers who wants to who wants to finalize the bridal jewelry, they look up to the options which is having some sort of a connection with the Indian roots. So that's where Polki comes into the consideration. Second part, which is a bit of an external factor, with all due respect to the kind of a transformation and the technological advancements happening in the jewelry space, there is a bit of a clutter coming out there in the market, and there is a lot of players available for the diamond space. So for the Polki jewelry, what is happening? It is a people who is looking out to switch to create that sort of a niche and to have that sort of a differentiation. So they move to the Polki jewelry options as well. And not only that, in order to curate the Polki jewelry, there is only 1% of the world's diamonds that possess the characteristics to become a part of a Polki jewelry space. And as of now, the Polki and Jarrah market share is around 15 to 20%. But again, like Ashokji mentioned, this is a data which is being tapped from the organized space. So there is a lot of movements which is happening on the unorganized space as well. So yes, now I just wanted to come here on the market growth drivers. Like mentioned by Ashokji, and this is something which is a very interesting part that we all know for the matter of fact that how big is the bridal market in India, okay, and how its contribution happens to the overall GDP level, and especially the HNIs and the ultra HNIs, the decent chunk of their savings is being deployed for such activities and the events. And this market is growing massively on a year-on-year basis. Having said that, the kind of a population we hold in India, there is around 600 million plus who is still unmarried. And, there is close to around 10 to 15 million of the weddings happens every year. So we can see if there is 10 to 15 million of a weddings which is going to happen on a every year basis, what is the kind of a potential we holds as a bridal jewelry brand in this space. Now, this is, I think, it's great that if Abhishek sir and Abhiyan sir, if any one of you can take this up, that what exactly are the numbers which we have in the mind, what is the locations we are looking at, if any one of you can just wants to take this bit.
So hi, so thank you. One thing I want to put it across that all of us um, that the work done by the brand um, across India has been substantial in the category of Polki. Hence, we have already got a lot of data collection and understood the acceptance of the jewelry, Polki jewelry category. And why we are now want to expand our footprints apart from our flagship store in Jaipur ahead, because we are very confident because of three things: acceptance of the jewelry, geographic region acceptance, and the narrative of being connected to the tribe. And we've also done the HNIs and where is the wealthy people who are our clients who want to spend that extra buying this kind of a category of jewelry. And after analyzing, we've come down that three of these main cities they tick box all the important checklist of our store being successful, seeing the data. Um, and why we did not offer to open this a year back or a year and a half back or 2 years back, because we were churning on data. So I can tell you today that that the data absolutely represent that we are sooner than late. We should be having a presence here. That's from my side. Arju, you can take the numbers across, but I wanted to just
Sure.
share that this is where we are proposing these three cities at in to start with.
So before you just, I just wanted to add, if you can also put some light on the ideal partner we have in our mind, then I think I'll just jump to the data. That when we are looking for the partners, as so far the journey been of 1.5 decades, and it's been you been a torch bearer for it. So, in all these three localities, when we are looking forward to expand, any specifics, if you can just put forward that you have in the mind for the ideal partner.
Sure. So this ideal partner is about two people. It's not about one. It's not what we are looking for, what they are also looking for.
Hmm.
But this category, as I mentioned, is bridal, and we are going to drive the wave of being bridal jewelry and the Indian tribe. The biggest need, we want someone to understand the market and understand the client mindset. Somebody who represents the society, connects with the society at large, the similar society where I say, which has a capability or understanding of buying this segment of jewelry. Also, uh, this is not. Uh, it may also need a lot of customization. So a partner who's open to learn and grow and define the category with us. It is not like a Bata shoes, ki these are our rates and we will not do this, we can't do customization. It will require a lot of understanding and need base in terms of what client is looking for. I think flexibility, openness, willing to grow, learn and grow, um, connected to the society at large. And this is a mindset, young and energetic. When I say young and energetic, I don't mean the age wise, I mean the thought process. I think these are the favorable conversation which we represent as brothers. And we see that that is more important. And of course, integrity, um, and long-term values. So those I'm keeping as always said done. Otherwise, nobody will do our business can together. But the other part is this is what we're looking for: flexibility and the willingness to learn and grow, and represent the client side. What is the need? What is the solution we are getting on the table for a client or for a customer or for a bridal customer in this category? As we say that we are a torch bearer for the category. I think that answers Arzu at
Yeah,
large.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, jumping to what exactly we have in the mind and what are the locations we are offering for Raniwala 1881, and we are actually looking out for the right set of our partners. Looking, as mentioned by Abhishek ji, when we are going to put forward these things to you guys, we are keeping a lot of data in the mind, and these locations has been very wisely picked considering or existing customer base as well. So it's not something which is going to be start from the scratch in these localities. So having said that, we are looking to have a one presence in the Delhi and NCR market, which certainly in Delhi we'll be looking out for the spaces and the location and the visibility in the South Delhi space where we see a maximum amount of a bridal conversations happen. Secondly, we are looking at in the vicinity of Mumbai, and third we are looking at in the vicinity of Kolkata. So to start with, these are the three locations, where we are extending the opportunities where we are looking out for the partners. The kind of a model in which we want to operate is the franchisee owned and the franchisee operated. So that is the model we are extending it forward. In this, of course, it's franchisee owned. Yes, certainly you own the ownership. When we say franchisee operated, it does not mean that, we are just passing on the baton. We are going to hold the baton together until and unless you yourself does not feel that we are completely confident to take this forward. So that is something which we are going to assure, as a brand. And something, and besides this, the kind of an area which really works for us is in the range of 1,500 square feet. Of course, a here and there of a 10 and a 15% works. The ask of the investment is 16 crore, out of which 15 crores is the store inventory. So, which is actually the jewelry which we are going to extend it to you to put it in the store. Besides this, there is a 1 crore contribution which is going against the capex cost, setting up the store, and the other expenses attached to it, which is the rental deposits and stuff. The franchisee fee, are we keeping a nominal value of a 10 lakh rupees. The gross margin which we have worked, because we really feel that the motivation should not only in a non-monetary level but also in the monetary space. So we have worked on a gross margin level which is of a 31%. I'm sure, in the industry spaces, we have tried our level best to stretch as much as possible. The average return on investment which we are extending is on the calculations, which is 35% ROI we are extending. IRR is 25, and yes, your value of the capex plus the jewelry investment of 15 crore, put together the 16 crore value, we are with our calculations, and that too on a very adequate numbers when we have put together. So we feel that you will be able to get that money back in less than 4 years, and we are looking out for the contract period of 9 years, with a minimum lock-in of the 3 years in this space. So yes, this is the key snippets of the franchisee which we are extending out. The further details of it is certainly we can take it forward in our advanced level of the conversations, where we can talk about the nitty-gritties in each of these dimensions. Ideal partner is something which is already been put the shed light from Abhishek ji, so I'll just move forward. What is in for the franchisee? I'm sure that there are a lot of jewelry brands out there. There are a lot of I'm sure that you'll be getting encountered with a lot of options out there. First and foremost, irrespective of all of this, what is in which we are going to assure is, I'm repeating myself, that we are going to hold the baton and take an ownership to ensure that the business should be in a great operation stage and it becomes a success. So that is something which, as a team of Raniwala, we are going to completely take care of. Besides this, as we are into the operations, and we are a proud suppliers to an extensive jewelry brands available across the geographies of India. Our knowledge and our hold on the product, what is going to run in that particular region, is really good, and we have a lot of data to back it up. So when it going to come to the conversations of the product assortment and the product merchandising to keep, that is something where we can add a lot of value and the inputs. Besides this, being running the operations from so long, or backward integration always provides a value proposition to our retail partners, that they'll able to extend something very good to the end users. Like mentioned by Abhishek ji, in this category, when the bride is going to come, I'm sure that it's not going to be possible that everything will be readily available as a product on the shelf. Hence, there will be a lot of ask will be there from the client side, and this we are saying with the experience for the customizations to curate something afresh on the basis the brief. So we as a team of Raniwala is going to assure that there will be a team of the designers is going to be assigned to the each franchisee, where they can get these design curations done basis the brief, and we can take that product order on the made to order purpose as well. So that is something which can be taken care. One interesting thing, like we said, that we are going to be there, as a part of the operations. So the store manager is going to be on the company payroll, so that and that person will be completely trained from our side, so we'll ensure that the operations is going to be completely smoothen. um, no second thought about the central marketing part. As we go bigger and better in the space, we'll have the presence out there, permanent presences in the three locations. We are going to put more aggressive efforts to ensure that the overall pull of the brand and the salience of the brand, awareness of the brand should increase on a multifold level. So we have a team who takes care of it and will ensure the same. In this case, of course, to make the goods available at your doorstep, the logistic cost is going to be borne by the brand side. Not only that, we understand that in order to run the business, what really matters a lot is the walk-ins. So in order to ensure that not store location is of course going to be a very pivotal part in this, but besides the store locations, you need to keep doing some sort of an initiatives to keep getting the right set of individuals out there in the store. So we'll be doing an in-store events on a quarterly basis. From brand side, the support in this is going to be that we will be helping in curating this entire event. Plus, we will be extending the inventory, a fresh inventory to you on approval basis for the events. Of course, the cost of this is something which can be discussed that how we want to take it forward. Not only that, we will like you have seen the kind of a gross margins we are extending. So yes, there is an optimized investment and the return. Ease of doing business with Raniwala 1881 is not just a statement. It's something which we have worked extensively. We have the processes, we have the systems, we have the SOPs in place, which ensure that the operations goes very seamlessly. There should be a complete sync in what exactly is required in sort of an assistance from the brand side. This is another feature which we are going to extend to the franchisee is we firmly believe that when the customers walks in inside, they comes with a lot of expectations, and from Raniwala they have the market perception is ki the kind of a product range and the variety we will able to see out there is something which is going to be immersive. So they are going to exploit me with the choices. So, then what happens is we understand that there will be a limitations of keeping the inventory out there in your locality. So we will be creating a mechanism in which we will be giving an 100% access of the real-time inventory available in our headquarters. So if in case, the client is not getting convinced with the pieces which is physically available, you can perhaps show them into a digital format and get the pieces arranged in the next 2 days at your doorstep. Um, in the initial phase of the business, though we have in depth understanding about the regions in which we want to open up, but we completely understand that sometimes, the customer sentiments can go here and there. So we are also extending a comfort zone of a stock correction. For the year one, for the H1, we will be extending a stock correction of a 40%. And for the H2, we will be extending the stock correction of 20%. And second year onwards, still there will be a stock correction, which is of a 10% on a year-on-year basis. So these are the key snippets of the benefits of the franchisee, which we are offering out to provide the comfort zone to our extended partner. Besides this, there will be a range of a comprehensive support which will be extended to the partner, which is ranging from the site selection to store setup. In fact, as we speak, we have a lot of locations availability. Especially that's something which is great about our real estate partners, that whenever we look out for the locations, we end up getting a lot of options out there. So locations is not something which is going to be a constraint with us. Staff selection and the recruitment, of course, we are going to assist to identify the right resources who is going to represent the brand, and we will also help with the entire process of the recruitment. Training, testings, assessments is something which is going to be taken care by our side. Store launch and the marketing support, like I said, that we will be doing a quarterly in-store event. We'll help you in curating that event from our side and also extending the right set of an inventory, which gives an access to your customers to see a wide scale of the inventory on a quarterly basis. Operational support, we'll be extending our store manager at the store level, so to take care of all the nuances of the operations. And besides this, there will be a detailed operation manual which will be extended from the Raniwala side, which talks about all the facets to running a store in a proper and a smooth condition, and in an optimized manner. So that is something which gonna be there. Marketing support, we will be not only assisting in the central marketing but also helping in curating the local marketing strategies as well, which helps to infuse the walk-ins, to which helps to infuse to get the sustainable growth and the awareness of the store in the local vicinity. Supply chain and the inventory management, this is something we'll have the systems in the place, will ensure that you shouldn't be any short of a supplies for any inventory. And there will be a lot of tech advancements which is going to be get integrated at the store level, be it talking about the point of sale software, be it talking about the reporting tools, which gives you the data analytics to take the, to pivot the strategies forward. And our management team and the senior management team is going to be in touch with you to keep your strategy pivoting so that your sustenance should be there. And, our regulatory compliances is something which can be completely taken care. So, and yes, customer service support is something which we are going to extend. So having Having said that, apart from what the numbers we have, the benefits we extend and the other comprehensive support. So this is, on a very summarized level is what we are extending to our prospect franchisee partner. Abhiyan sir and Abhishek sir, on this note, I really want you to add a few notes, what you feel about it, and then we can open for the conversation further, Ashokji.
So keep it simple that we are here as an establishment and we are here to stay. And we are not looking at partners, we're looking at family members. So uh, support is a very small word. From us as brothers, we want we believe in this art and craft. We believe in this category. It is more of our uh, extension of us as a family there. So we will go all in to make the things work, handhold. And I mentioned earlier, the idea is to learn and grow, whatever it takes. So I think all these points will be covered into that. That's our mindset of doing this.
Yes. Abhiyan sir, if you want to shed some light out here.
So, as our brand name itself says, Raniwala 1881, which is our surname as well. So, if that is at stake, so for sure we are all in for the game, and we will be always there. And that is our vision and dream, and that is what we think, that we have to have more and more stores so that we can cater the globe in a larger way with our legacy, taking it forward.
Fantastic. Over to you, Ashokji. I hope that it's not went extremely, I hope that it holds some sort of an intact from the prospect investors. So so you please take it forward.
Yeah. So thank you. I think Raniwala entire family coming on this show and presenting the opportunity to the investors. I will talk about some of the the market numbers and the opportunity, especially Raniwala is offering to the franchisee partners, because they are looking at the limited number of partners. One one statement, one of the slide where Arju has said, like if you look at the Polki diamond, so there's only the 1% of the you know whole processed diamonds, only 1% qualify in the category of Polki. So that means it's a kind of for the customer it is emotion, it's value, it's prestige, it's proud. So that's why basically customer buy Polki jewelry. My second aspect was where, because as Raniwala, their focus is wedding, wedding jewelry. So wedding jewelry, especially if you look at in one of the slide where we're talking about the wedding market. So India basically has like 15 million marriages every year. So even if you take like 10% of that 50 million, weddings, it's around 1.5 lakh marriages. So that is the whole addressable market for Raniwala. Right. And if you want to calculate, we need basically our sales partner, sales family members, our operating partners who can reach out to these potential clients, because reaching out to 1.5 lakh customers is a huge task. And you can calculate the what kind of market it can give us. Just apply just basic mathematics. If you take 1.5 lakh rupees, sorry, 1.5 lakh customers, and consider like average billing, very nominal price, you consider like 5 lakh rupees. That means it is a 7,500 crores. That is the business. Even my one store does like 50 crores. That means we require 150 stores. So that is the universe, that is the opportunity. And we are talking about just only the 10%. Even let's say worst case, you consider like 2%. We require minimum 5 franchisee partners. Right? So that is the upside this business has. And if you look at this, especially this segment or this is a category, so Raniwala, basically the first time in the industry itself, they are the category creator for this segment. And so franchisee partners, they can have the advantage of being a family member of Raniwala. Now, if you look at the investment they are offering, so investment is very attractive. Your investments, if you look at the capex they have introduced, they are talking about around 1.2 crores. So that is your store investment. That is the depreciated value. Even if you look at the returns on your capex, that is the basically you can say the risk element. You will recover your entire capex value within a year. So your business is risk free within a year. You are holding an inventory of like 15 crores. So once anytime if you want to exit from the business, you Raniwala, they will take your inventory back after certain deduction, basically dismantling charges and all, right? But your 80% your inventory is also safe. So it's a completely risk-free business. Now look at this business. This business is a very respectable business. You are interacting with the top-notch clients, premium customers, premium audience of the country, not only the country, of the globe. So peace of mind is again a very unique value in this business segment itself. Right now, as Mr. Aju said in the presentation, that's your return on investment. They are looking at IRR of like 25%. Even it is the estimate that they have done basically for 9 years. And at the end of the 9 years, you are going to hold an inventory of 15 crores. So that means you are going to achieve 25% IRR plus your 15 crores of inventory. Even if you consider at 80% of that value, that means your actual IRR is going to be around 30%, not 25%. So what they have communicated in the presentation is a very conservative. It is achievable, and the revenue projections they have considered are quite conservative. So I think this model is very fantastic, and it has a very upside for the franchisee partners, and ease of doing business means like it's so simple to operate like any retail business. And now I will invite Anand ji. He is our CEO from Franchise India East team. So I will request him to take some questions, please.
Thanks, Ashok. I think let me congratulate Abhishek ji. I think this is a beautifully curated presentation we went through, and it was reflecting the eye for detailing from the brand side. I think so. Truly loved it. And I can, being a Marwadi, I can relate to this Polki and Jadao thing also. So I think this is something which every woman in our household always aspires for. While I still not very clear in terms of investment value, like the way we think, what kind of resale value or appreciation we expect from this kind of pieces. So I wanted some bit more detail on that also, because as a men, we always start relating, looking at natural diamonds and gold, where we also feel that it's kind of liquid, and the price escalation, we can expect some kind of appreciation on the inflation side. And before that, I have some queries which I would like to ask for the benefit of all. So when you say is Polki and Jadao, are we only having 100% of Polki Jadao, or we have other jewelry mixed also, pure gold or normal natural diamond? And secondly, while we are focusing on the wedding market, but do we have other lightweight occasional jewelry also part of the inventory? So that's the first question I would like to know.
I think I'll take that. Thank you, Anandji, for at least recognizing the category and showing the need in the household of Marwadis like you and the ladies. So that's been the bottleneck in last couple of years, that the value of the product. I think there is a gap of a promise delivered here. And that is the gap we want to fill in through our existence. And I mentioned establishment, legacy. We want to stand strong, and that promise of the value on by creating the deliverable promises by, I would say one of the vehicle is certificate, third-party certificate while selling the jewelry. I believe in exchange and upgrade or resell value. That is a promise to be delivered. I also think that can be achieved. The trust of the customer can be achieved if we are available next door to the client. So penetration geographically, I think it is with time, that trust can be won, and acceptance is there, as you clearly mentioned, but that promise has to be delivered. And I think so together, echoing it together at large, we can deliver that, which is not a big deal. And we've been doing things as a brand in a small way, and we want to do it at large way. That's the first part of it, Anandji. Second, so our primarily conversation at our store in terms of product, we would like to cater to the bridal jewelry, and we want to keep as bulky jewelry. We are not shying away from keeping the diamond, natural diamond jewelry, because our one of the brand vision is to be one of the biggest design house in the world. So keeping the Polki as a category creator and a representation of art and craft, we would say that 70 to 80% will be Polki jewelry, but we will not shy away from keeping designer diamond jewelry because our client is an HNI. And we want to fill in that need or the gap, what they should get or what they want, which is not available at a local jeweler. So, so, so we, as I mentioned earlier, that we want to work closely with the client. What are they looking forward for when they step in at Raniwala? And also use, when you talk about bridal jewelry, all these with bride, there is also a lot of gifting jewelry comes in all our marriages. There's a huge potential of gifting. We've got a category which is Pret, again in Polki, and that gives particular wedding gifting solutions, red carpet wear solution, um, and smaller wearable occasion wear jewelry, which we will also somehow will keep in 5 to 7%. But as I mentioned, that it's a product mix, 75% or 80% or 70% should be majorly Polki jewelry. Rest, as we engage, we understand what is the demand. We are not going to shy away. We have the capability. We have a perfect product mix. We have a fantastic backward integrated, and we have also brands in place. We have something called Polki Stories, which cater to the pet line. So we're not going to shy away. As I mentioned, learn and grow. We will see, and then we will do the product mix also. I think I've answered both your conversations. So we are ready with conversations but gold jewelry, plain gold jewelry, I think we leave it for the chain stores to do that, and we don't want to compete in that category as it does not fit in our vision. It does not. Our client basically, but not say our vision. I think our client is more comfortable in having a conversation in the design part and in the bridal solutions rather than in the asset class or investment solutions.
Sure. So further, while you say you are into B2B, so I believe you are also working with a lot of jewelers in Calcutta also, I believe,
Yeah.
if you are into there. So how do you plan to work when we put up a store in Calcutta? Will they have access to the same designs and materials and the same price point? Because if you are available at another store also, next store also, then the competition can be a bit higher because we have a family jewelry in Calcutta. So all the Marwadis go to this 50, 60, 70, 80 years old family jewelers in Calcutta. So how do you plan to sift them? Cause some kind of exclusivity, or probably you will stop supplying to other stores? And secondly, any competition you have in this category? While I believe you're a legacy brand, so you probably must be the oldest and the best first. But any competition as you see anything on this line?
Thank you for putting that question, Anandji. So our category of brand first. Let's see the perception of the client first. So as a brand, we have different brand. B2B, we call it Royal Rising Jewels. That's our backward integrated, and we do business by the name of Royal Rising Jewels by Raniwala. Even our factory is known by Royal Rising Jewels by Raniwala. B2C, which we want to open stores, is absolutely Raniwala 1881. And both the brands have different names. Not only names, we are also have a different price and product mix. So first, let's understand the price point. The B2B is more of value adding, where a store can add value and can sell. The ticket size is less than 10 lakhs or 5 to 10 lakhs, where easy sellable, fast movable goods. where Raniwala 1881 product mix and price mix is much more bridal solution, more aesthetically designedly strong. Ticket size can go higher, and it's more customized. We are not shying away from taking the size of a necklace, tailored hand bangles or finger rings and matha pattis and all whatever a bride needs, whatever she's seen her grandmother like. So it's more tailored, more personalized. Um, a bouquet for a jeweler, bouquet for a wedding, a Marwadi wedding, a complete bouquet. Wedding में क्या चाहिए, gifting के लिए क्या चाहिए, और I mean it is bride's mother. You want to add? I mean, how do you, brides? Yeah.
So also I wanted to add few more things like what we asked is, so depending on the region, for example, if we have a store in Bombay, so a Bombay bride would be happy wearing a 10 lakh necklace. But same, if we keep in Delhi store, that would be probably bride's friend or bride's sister would be wearing that kind of size. So, so definition of what you asked, Anandji, that, what is your, that are you going to be only in the bridal wear collection is a very, very big question, because someone's bridal wear may be someone's evening wear. So it is a wide variety that, bridal wear actually starts from 5 to 7 lakh, or maybe, and it can extend up to maybe whatever highest number we can think of. And we definitely cater all of them. So it's not that we're going to have a certain number that, bridal wear starts only above 10 lakh or maybe starts only. So we start from bridal wear can be starting from whatever range we want to. And secondly, the point what you asked about B2B and B2C, like, so we have very different inventories. And it is just like selling. One is a designer wear. So Raniwal 1881 has our design aesthetics, where we put our essence of design and our language for what people come to us, that we want to have a Raniwala flavor in your jewelry. So that is what we sell in our stores, or and that is what we plan to sell in our franchise stores as well. But if you come to if you talk about B2B business, they have their own language and their own style of selling and their own aesthetics. So that can never have the same thing. They want, it is it's something like, they want something like unstitched garment, which they have their own flavor, and they stitch it according to their taste. And 1881 and our retail store, we put our flavor and sell it. So they are very different products and different kind of language we speak here.
So I believe then whatever store we put up, that would be kind of exclusivity for the city, or you plan to open multiple stores?
No, no. As of now, we haven't thought about multiple stores or anything. No, exclusive stores, yes.
Okay. And lastly, like when you say 15 lakh inventory, that's a sale price, that's the MRP price, or that's the cost to the franchisee? So what's the MRP, if any?
So you
That
mean to the
15
selling price?
Yeah, for
So yeah,
15.
I'm talking about the selling price to the client right now. So selling price to a client may be 15 lakh, which of course the cost of the store would be lesser. This I'm talking about the as a customer's point of view.
No, so 15 crore, the client has to buy for 15 crores, right? That's the investment we are asking from the.
Yeah, 50. That is the investment point. Yes. So I think that also you put the figures of
Yes,
the
yes, yes,
what
yes.
value of.
So basically, Anandji, to answer this, we are asking the investment value of the 15 crore. That's a billing value at which we are going to give it to the franchisee partner. And over and above that, there will be a margin structure which we have built, and where the gross margin is in the range of 31% on a markdown.
So it would be probably about 45 to 50% up on the
Yeah,
markup, right?
not 45, Ashokji.
Yeah,
I
33
think it
would
should be
lead to
around 40,
50%.
44, 44,
33,
42.
33 markdown means 50% markup. So I think 31%
Right.
around 46%. Right?
46%, 45, 46%, right.
So we are talking about inventory value of around what? 22 crores, right, Ashok?
Correct. So against an inventory of 15 crore at cost, franchisee is going to keep a stock of around 22 crores at sales price.
Okay. And what kind of annual sales we are talking?
Here we are considering basically the stock turnover of starting from 1.5 and taking up to 2.5 in 4 years. And after 4 years, we are keeping 2.5 is the stock rotation every year. We are not taking much larger, more aggressive sales growth. So on an average, if you consider my average sales that we have considered for 9 years is around 50 crores every year.
Yeah.
So starting from 26, 27 crores in the first year, it goes up to 50 plus crores in outer years.
And will you have this scheme of gold buyback and probably adjusting with the jewelry value? This kind of scheme would be available at your store?
Yes, absolutely yes. As I mentioned that we are very strong in delivering the promise. The idea is to reach to the customers to gain confidence. So absolutely yes, there's no doubt about that. Whatever it takes to comfort the client, to give them the assurance of the brand, that they can come back. And we also want to believe in heirloom. So अगर माने लिया, I mean I'm telling you our vision, I'm becoming more real. माने लिया और बेटी भी उसको एक्सचेंज करना चाहती है, हम तो वही सोने को मेल्ट करके दूसरा पीस बनाने में भी केपेबल है. We at that level of Marwadi solution we want to reach at.
But then in terms of this uncut diamond, do they really have a resale value? Matlab, if you can come back and can that be bought back or probably fit into another jewelry piece?
So fantastic. So that is what our conversation is, that the uncut value was never being given out to the client because of its nature of manufacturing, wax setting, and other transparency of content inside the jewelry. That is where, as our USP, we are backward integrated. We have got factory, we manufacture in house, the craftsmen sit in house. So we have the capability of melting it, we have the capability of reusing it, and we have the capability, because of that, we can give a promise to the client that our product, we will value it at par in terms of gold, polki, diamonds, and color stone, whatever the content is. And 90% of the, or rather 100% of these generic jewelers or the family jewelers cannot do it because they are traders. They don't manufacture, they don't have the capability to fall back and to reuse it. For example, now what is a polki? Polki is a flat cut of same pebble. I've lived in Moscow. I've done diamond.
I think there is some
I think his laptop has got over. 1 second. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So that promise. So most of these shopkeepers don't have that. So I'm saying, so polki is nothing but it's the same diamond and it's a flat cut rather than the round cut or the multifaceted cut. And in the olden days, there was no cutting and polishing machine. That's why they used to cut it flat, and then the laser came. So the value is the same. The value of diamond and uncut diamond or a rose cut diamond is similar, and can be resellable. But the transparency was the biggest gap, and that's where we come in. And why transparency was a gap? Because there was no mechanism to melt it, to reuse it. And that is where we are now in a conversation with the larger world, because we are backward integrated and highly capable of doing that.
We surely give all the exchanges.
So all exchanges, all promises, all buyback on our product, certification,
Appreciated gold.
all that gap will be given and filled with 100% promise.
Great. I think probably we will have more queries coming on, but thanks for now.
Absolutely.
So you want to take up or probably Swati?
Yeah, I think Swati,
Yes.
yes, you can put your concluding remarks.
So great. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining for the webinar. Thank you, Mr. Abhyant and Abhishek. It was a pleasure having you here. Thanks, Arzu. Thank you, Anand sir, and everybody else from the Franchise India team. We look forward to more and more people connecting to us for Raniwala 1881. And before ending, I'll just leave a little bit of I'll leave my viewers a little intrigued that there is a lot more coming from Raniwala's end in the future, coming months. So keep watching, keep waiting for what's next from Raniwala's end. Thank you so much. We'll connect on Monday for another international brand called Donor Shack. So thank you so much, everyone. Let's connect again for another business opportunity over chai on Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Thank you so much.